All right, so this week we have quite a bit to do. We have Japanese homework due Tuesday, project proposal due Wednesday, project presentation for my thesis due Thursday, research as well as a finished video project and my process website due Friday. All for different classes. Got a lot of stuff to do this week. I have a free day tomorrow, so we have a lot of time to get stuff done. Konnichiwa minasan. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time for those of you who have been around for a while. For those of you who haven't been, welcome. Welcome to my home. This little rectangle here is my home. For those of you who are new to the channel, name's Kroggy. I go by Kroggy everywhere on the internet. This channel, Twitter, Instagram, my website, which is not ready yet, but I will let you know when it is. I have a Ko-fi page for those of you who want to support the channel and the website further. Websites, if you don't know, cost money to keep up and running. And so that is kind of the reason the Ko-fi exists. Nobody has to donate anything. It's not required, nor is it expected of anybody. But it is there for those who just want to support the channel a little bit more than just subscribing and liking the videos and interacting with the videos and me more than anything. They're just there as an extra incentive for those who want to support what's going on behind the scenes here at, we'll call this Kroggy HQ for now, even though it's just in my bedroom. Some things about me I think you should know. I am a gamer, I am a music nerd. I mean, gamer, obviously, I've got a controller and my Switch Lite there. But gamer, music nerd, love reading manga to a ridiculous degree, and I am a huge fan of animation, animated films, animated movies, TV series from the West and from Japan, from the East. I'm a very huge fan of anime. I love the way things are animated and the process by which they go about telling a story. It's a little different than what we get over here. I do enjoy animation in a general sense though, so send me anything, I will most likely watch it and learn to love it in one way, shape, or form. As well, in terms of the work I do and the things that I enjoy taking care of and watching and creating. Motion designer, video editor, videographer. Primarily, those are the things I really enjoy doing, but on top of that, brand designer, amateur web designer. I'm still learning stuff from JavaScript, but I'm a web designer / developer because I do a lot of the designing by code. I can do book design and editorial design as well. I want to create my own comic and I'm currently in the process of writing a story for that, but that's taking a little while. It's been put on hiatus because I have a lot of other projects I want to do, and a couple other secret things that I don't want to mention yet. Also, I can't remember if I mentioned this, even though I think I just mentioned it, but I'm also a streamer just for fun in my spare time. But that's a little bit about me. I hope you want to stick around and get to know me a little bit better and come with me on this journey of creating literally anything you can think of. Moving on from that, we have some work to do this week. We have Japanese homework, which I can take care of tomorrow. I can even fucking do it tonight in 5-10 minutes. It doesn't take me very long. But I don't really feel like doing that right now. Tonight I'm gonna just relax, but I do want to at the very least detail what we're doing this week. With that, I have my project proposal for Wednesday, which isn't too bad. It's a web art piece focused on and based on glitch art, which if you don't know what it is, look up on YouTube, like history of glitch art or something. You should find a bunch of videos. It's really, really interesting though. So I highly recommend it. If I can find the one that I'm thinking of in my head right now, I will put it in the description so you can go watch it. If not though, look it up, you'll find a bunch of stuff. It's really, really cool and I highly recommend it. Then for Thursday, I have a slide deck due based on my research outline or research report for my thesis project, which is a project on the link between psychology and game design, and I guess to a larger degree, video games as a whole, and how designers from behind the scenes are able to directly influence how the player acts, behaves, thinks, communicates with the game worlds and with players on the other end of the game world if it's multiplayer. It's a really interesting topic because there's actually a lot of common ground between game design and the study of psychology. Highly recommend looking into it briefly, but we're going to be going into that fairly explicitly throughout the rest of this year. And then motion design project on Friday based on an audio piece. The specific audio piece I picked is I want to say it's a couple minutes, it's a minute-long clip. I had to make some edits to it, but it's give or take a 3 or 4 minute YouTube clip from comedian Sebastian Maniscalco. But that's pretty much what we have to do this week. Those are the things we got to take care of. I'm not going to be doing much of that tonight, so you're not going to be seeing a lot of tonight's work because I tend to take weekends to do nothing. But starting tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, I'm gonna wake up, eat breakfast, get shit done because I don't have a lot of time. A lot of this stuff is due this week and there's no delays, there's no further due dates. Things need to get done now. Or as soon as possible, not now. But that's where we're at. That's the stuff we have to do this week. So, it is 9:57. It is almost 10 o'clock. My days generally go from 10 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock at night. And then nights are free. I try to take nights off, otherwise I'd go nuts. I drive myself insane. So, what we're doing right now, well actually right now I'm editing this video that you're watching. But what we're going to do now is we're gonna start with the harder stuff that isn't that video. So I'm gonna be opening Illustrator. We're gonna be putting together a slide deck or a presentation for this Thursday, primarily because that needs to get done soon, but it's gonna take longer than writing a project proposal, because for the project proposal, I have a direct outline. I don't have a direct outline for this. So we're essentially grasping at straws here, trying to get whatever we can here. And as of right now, myself and only one other person have submitted the research report outline, which means everybody else technically has more work to do than I do. I've already submitted that. I just need to put it together in a presentation format. So I'm gonna try and figure out how she wants us to do it. It doesn't need to be crazy long. We have a maximum of like 7 minutes for the presentation. So it's just a matter of, can I talk about it for that long? Just to be honest with you, I don't know if I can. I'm not totally sure. So it's been a few hours since the last clip. I didn't film anything during the day because I just had a hard time doing anything today. I did get a little bit of stuff done, but not nearly as much as I would have liked to. I have pretty much the outline, or I want to say the outline for my project proposal for Wednesday, mostly finished. I have a little bit more work to do on that. I have to read over a couple of sources and reevaluate those sources before going into it fully. I have a little bit of my presentation finished for Thursday. Did a little bit of work on the video today, but not as much as I would have liked to. So tomorrow I got to block out my time specifically from X to X or X to Y. Do this work from Y to Z, do that work from Z to the end of the day. Do this work. So I basically have to block out my time a little bit better tomorrow. I don't know, man. We're getting real close to the end of the year, so I think a good chunk of us are just at a point now where we're like, do we really want to do this? Do we really want to keep working? We're kind of just. It tends to happen that a lot of us get burnt out really, really easily. So a lot of us are kind of at the point now where we're like, is it worth it? Is it really worth putting in all this effort for no payoff? I didn't do as much today as I would have liked to. I'm kind of at the end of my rope here, I think. So tomorrow we're gonna try and set a proper schedule from like 10 to 12. We're gonna work on just the presentation. From 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 even, we're gonna work on finishing the project proposal, and then from 3 to 6 we're gonna finish my my video for Friday. All the Japanese homework that was due tomorrow is finished. So that's done, that's all been submitted. I don't have to worry about that now for the rest of the week. So I have 1 day to work on the project proposal, 2 days to work on my presentation for my thesis project, and 3 days to finish this video project for Friday. So, I mentioned the other day that I enjoy the mangas and things. Got a lot of shit done today. The night has been mine for the last 4 hours. I've done nothing since 6 o'clock. It's now 10 o'clock. But I figured I got a new, what are they called, volume in the mail today, and I figured why not showcase my wonderful shelf of manga and go through some of my favorites and make some recommendations for those who are looking for something new to read or want a starting point to get into manga. I don't quite think I'm qualified for that, but I figure I can at least show you where I started, where I'm at now, and give some suggestions based on, personal opinion. Couldn't hurt, right? So, my shelf, I have a couple books here, but my shelf over there, we're gonna start with a couple series, some of my favorite series of all time. Number 1 is Dead Man Wonderland. I only have 5 volumes of this because when I started reading it was 2015. The series ended the year after, but I hadn't picked up any, like I think I had picked up volume 5 at the end of 2016 after the series had already ended. So I, at a certain point, I just stopped buying manga for a little bit because I was still in high school and was doing reading all the time anyway. So I kind of fell out of it. Recently reread just volume 1. I'm in the process of rereading all of them, but of everything I've ever read or watched, probably my favorite shonen manga right here. Number 2, another series I have been reading is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. Very slice of lifey, very wholesome throughout most of it, despite what you might think. But highly recommend it. It's very, very good. I think as of right now in Japanese there's 11 volumes, so in English there are 8 currently. Volume 9 releases middle of next month. Another series that I've recently fallen in love with over the last few months, I think I started reading it in July, which is a little late, all things considered, Rent a Girlfriend. And subsequently the Sumi spinoff, Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend. Highly recommend this. Also highly recommend this. This one's more slice of life comedy. This one's more romance, like comedy romance, like rom-com, but very good. Both of them are very good and highly recommend both of these as well. A couple other favorites I want to quickly go over. Die Dark. Can't really explain this one to you because to be honest with you, there are moments where I don't really know what's going on. Very entertaining and very funny, so that says something about the series, but there are moments where I get a little confused. Recommend it nonetheless. Soul Eater Perfect Edition, the collector's edition, because I found volume 1 at Chapters a good number of months ago, and I couldn't help but pick it up because I love the anime. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about my favorite novel of all time is I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. It's a romance novel, but it's fantastic. It's the first book that's ever made me cry. The first piece of media that's ever made me cry, really. Like, bawl. Miyako-chan, manga's incredible. It's fantastic. It deserves the anime adaptation. So far, the anime adaptation has been pretty spot on. Shaman King, an old late 90s, early 2000s series that I think ended in 2004, but a recent favorite of mine. I found the omnibus editions at Chapters a little while ago, the first one. In fact, I bought it the same day I bought the Soul Eater thing, but I flew through this in maybe a good week. That's it for today. Tomorrow we got some more stuff to do, some more work to do. Go to sleep, edit this, and then go to sleep because I got shit to do in the morning. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So I'm literally in class right now, but I just finished running through my presentation for tomorrow. I designed it, I created it all this morning, I finished it this morning. Normally, the other night I may have mentioned that I generally go from 10 to 6. That didn't happen today. I woke up at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock and I started at 9 because I wanted to get this presentation done as soon as possible. So that way, 1, I can kind of take it a little bit easier today. And 2, I have more time this afternoon to finish the video or to work more on the video so I can get it done tomorrow for Friday morning. So the idea, I kind of want to run you through this because I don't know if this is necessarily enough. This is all individual slides, so it goes in order. The topic, research question, boom. Background on both psychology and game design, then behavioral psychology, bunch of shit here. Social psychology, bunch of shit there about it. I'm not using that slide. Cognitive psychology, bunch of shit about it. Random slide I felt like throwing in there. What's next for the project, just sort of where I'm at. Things I might have to take care of, some examples, RPG titles, fighters, and the final slide. This is kind of everything we've got, and it should be okay because it's all based on the research outline that was due last week, which I'm done. I finished, so this should be okay. I don't think it's falling too far behind where other people might be at. So this week was fairly uneventful. I didn't show nearly as much work as I wanted to. The only clip I have of me doing work is the clip from 2 days ago that you just finished watching. There really wasn't a lot this week. I was pretty empty this week, but hopefully this video gives you a pretty general idea of what my weekly plans are with these types of videos. Kind of very briefly going into things I have to do, things I am doing. If I happen to go anywhere, you'll most likely know and see a clip or two. It's more meant just to be like a proper log of sort of what I'm up to and how that might relate to my work, as well as some more personal stuff like the manga clip from earlier in this video. Now, for those of you who are unaware, maybe this is the first video of mine you're seeing, maybe you've been here for a while but haven't seen anything else. I also just recently uploaded a video just a few hours ago, so if you want to go check it out, make sure to click on the big red button down below, and as well visit the channel so you can actually watch the video where I discuss my team for the upcoming Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl games that release next week. So if you're interested to find out what my early team is, my early game team, because I haven't quite figured out what my end game team is going to be yet, but if you want to know what my early game team is going to be and what it might look like compared to someone else's, make sure to go to the channel, click on that video and watch it, and leave a like on both this video and that one. That lets me know you're enjoying the videos and you're enjoying the way I put together my content. This was a bit of a shorter video than I anticipated. I didn't have nearly as much stuff as I wanted to show off this week, but I'm glad that you all chose to stick around for this video, and I hope that last clip about all my different manga and some of my favorites, I hope that gave you some ideas for what you could read next, or I hope some of you are interested in a couple of those series, because I personally think they're really good and I highly recommend you check it out. It's weird that I'd be talking about books and reading on the channel, seeing as over the years I've complained that I don't like reading, but I've sort of slowly fallen back in love with the idea of narrative storytelling in that sense, in that form. So I'm very happy that I get to talk about stuff like that as well on the channel, on top of talking about design and work and art and other things that I do. But thank you everybody for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like the video. Again, make sure to go to the channel and watch the video on my early game team and like that video as well if you're interested. If you don't care about Pokemon or you don't care about what my team is going to be because you're trying to figure out yours, by all means, that's totally fine. But thank you everybody for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.